Hey, hello YouTube. This is Skynet with another video. So today is about I'm gonna talk about Netgear routers that they have a very high vulnerability on their on their firmware. Like people hackers can access to it, and so if you have this kind of router, please make sure to update the firmware to the latest. According to Netgear, they already patched these bugs, and so I'm gonna bring you a list of routers that that are highly compromised. If you have it connected in your network, I'm sure you guys have it in your network connected, and uh, I have a few of those, but they're not connected on my network. They're offline completely. Like I'm not using them, and so here let's go. This I was reading this blog and Netgear warns user to patch recently fixed Wi-Fi router bugs. So this is Netgear has fixed a high severity uh, vulnerability affecting multiple Wi-Fi routers models and advise uh, customers to update their devices to the latest available firmware as soon as possible. So, and the flaws impact multiple wireless AC Nighthawk, wireless AX Nighthawk, and Wi-Fi 6 and wireless AC router model. So they provided a list of routers that are uh, compromised on this. Excuse me, I'm sick. So they provide a list of the vulnerable routers. So here is a list. I'm gonna zoom in, and I'm gonna talk to I'm gonna tell you as well. So this is I'm telling you on real time. This as something to be taken care right away. The list of vulnerable routers in the patch firmware version can be found in the table below. So this is the list vulnerable Netgear router patch firmware versions. So we got the RAX40 firmware version 1.0.2.60. So I'm gonna get closer so you guys can see the actual router. if you guys if you do have these model routers like RAX35, R6400 B2, that's a version 2, R67 version 3, R69 P, R7000P, R7000P, R7960P, and R8000P. So this router, please, if you do have this, update the firmware as soon as possible. You don't want to have this kind of vulnerable routers connected to your network. As I was reading on a blog on the 9 to 5 that this and it brought me to this website here, Blipping Computers, right there. So they where they provide the list of routers. So this router, it needs to be immediately update the firmware. Don't wait any longer. If you see my video, please just do it, because this will compromise a lot of stuff. They can hack uh into your network. It's not about that you don't have anything important on your network or whatever, but you know who knows what they can do. And see, here is the here's how to update your firmware as well. How to update your router firmware. Download and install the latest firmware for your Netgear router. You have to go through the following step. Visit Netgear support and type your excuse me, and start typing your model number in the search box, and it tells you here everything you need to know. And as well, I'm gonna leave a link on the video description, so it will be easy for you to find it. But uh, here it gives you all the instruction on how to do it right here, so you can read it. See if you can see any better. Okay, so see, although Netgear did not disclose any information about the components affected by these bugs or its impact, it did say that it is a pre-authentication buffer overflow vulnerability. The impact of a successful buffer overflow explosion can range from crashes following denial of service uh, to arbitrary code execution. If code execution is achieved during the attack, attacker can exploit this flaw in low complexity attack without requiring permission or user interaction. In a security advisory published on Wednesday, Netgear said it's strongly recommend that you download the latest. So this one was released on December 29, according to the blog. But December 29, but Netgear didn't uh, didn't work on that immediately. So this it took them like a couple of days or maybe a few days to take to uh to update the new code to update the to release a new update for the a new firmware update for this router, because is there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 routers. There's nine routers that are affected. So I mean, I'm assuming they already like I said, there is already a firmware update for this router, but it takes them maybe 2 to 5 days or a little bit longer for them to release a firmware update and patch the vulnerability on this router. So if you see my video, please and you own any of these router, please update your firmware to the latest version on the Netgear website. So this is the Netgear website. I'm gonna go to Netgear. Then we're gonna copy let's say the R6400 B2. We're gonna type it right here. Enter your model number, and then we just copy and paste. And this is one of the routers. I got one of this, but I'm not running the uh, stock firmware. I'm running DDWRT on this router, so I'm not worried about it. And then you go to download, and this is the current version of firmware version 10.4.128. Let's see. Firmware version 1 so for 122. So I'm assuming you are running this version of firmware on your router uh, that because the R6400 B2 firmware version is 1.0.4.122, and the current one is 1.0.4.128. And I want to see the release note. Oh, okay, so yeah, that's the new firmware. So fixes security vulnerabilities. For more information about security vulnerability, whatever. Okay, firmware update instruction. Let's go click to this link. I want to see what it is. I don't want none of this. Come on. So here, Netgear product security. Netgear mission is to be innovative leader in connecting the world to the internet. To achieve this mission, we strive to earn and maintain trust of our customers by delivering products that are secure and that will protect the privacy and security of our customer data. We appreciate having the security concern brought to our attention and are constantly monitoring our products to get in front of the latest threat. Being proactive rather than reactive to emerging security issues is a fundamental belief. At Netgear strive to keep up to date on the latest security developments by working with both security researchers and companies. We appreciate the community efforts in creating a more secure world. Okay, so excuse me. So okay. Netgear end of service science continual innovation is the core of Netgear business. Netgear will end service to product 3 years 3 years after their last manufacturing date or longer where required by law. Once the product has entered the end of service, Netgear will no longer provide any new support maintain firmware release, including security updates. To learn more about to learn more and to see a list of products that have entered the service, click here. So wait, so what they're saying is just they're gonna any router that you purchase, let's say in 2020, by the end of 2023 or 24, there's gonna be no support, like no firmware updates or anything. I want to see when it couldn't search. We're gonna go to I want routers. So these are the list of routers that will have uh, not support. They're running out of either they run out of support or they're not gonna support it anymore. That means they're not gonna the device is still that router will still work, but there's no is not gonna be any firmware updates or anything like that. So this will be more vulnerable on your networks. I mean, you can use this one. It's just turning off the DHCP and using them as a dumb switch. If you own any of these devices, but here these are the list. R6100. Wow. R62. R6250. R67,000. Wow, they're so pretty much these routers are R75 version 1. So all these routers gonna go off like no support at all. So I think by Netgear announcing this, I wouldn't buy any of their products at all. If they only gonna support it to 3 years, I I don't like Netgear at all. Anyways, I do have a few of Netgear's routers, but I installed a third party firmware, which is either DDWRT, uh, OpenWRT, or Fresh Tomato. I don't like their stock firmware, anyways. But if you have any of these routers, there's a long list that will end the that means because their devices are very vulnerable. I don't know, but this one you still can find this router from here. Let me see, from here to down here, you still can find this router still in the market. I mean, I don't know what's the reason of Netgear. I mean, it might be the reason that they have a lot of vulnerabilities on their devices. So I know if you look any of this router on Amazon, eBay, Best Buy, Target, any retailer store, you still will find it here. And they're entering they're about to well, either they enter or they about to enter to the end of life. Like, end of life means like no support at all, no firmware patches. You will get firmware whatever is available on Netgear website. They will still have it up on their website, the latest firmware, but they will not patch if there's any security vulnerability on their on that device. They will not make any updates, or they will not patch those by making a new firmware for those devices. So some of this one, look, I know this one are old already. WNDR. This one are very, very, very old. But I mean, I have a few of this one here too. This one, yeah, this one they already entered on their end of life already. Wow, there's a long list. Wow, look at that. Ooh, boy. Yeah, I know this one are very old. This one is understandable. This one they been out since 2010, I believe, or a little bit before 2010, or either after. But I mean, yeah. But if they try to any device that they're still on the market and they will offer it only like 3 years of support, then that's just there's no point for me or you buying a router or a cable modem that only will be supported for for 3 years. It's like, like if you have a Mac, that's what I don't like Mac. One, they're too expensive. They're nice. I have one right here. I don't know if you can see it, but I don't think you can see it. But I don't use it at all. I mean, Mac, after 5 years or 6 years, I believe they don't support a newer version of firmware OS system. So the one I have is an old iMac, and it comes with, I think, Sierra, I believe the OS is Sierra. I'm not sure, but it's just old. That's printed phone network attached store. Okay, so let's go to the Orbi mesh system. So these are the first Orbi mesh system. Uh, like I said, honestly, I don't like Netgear products, so I don't really like their devices, or I mean the way they support their devices. But these are the Orbi mesh system that will end will enter or be about to be that last year of end of life. So end of life means that they're not gonna support it, like as I mentioned you. And your power line. These are the power lines adapters. There's a bunch of them as well. Wow. Okay, some of them might be old. Yeah, if it's very old, it's like 5, 6 year plus. I'll be like, okay, yeah, no problem. Go about. And but if it's not range extender, I have this one, and I have this one too. Oh well, I can install another firmware, a third party firmware on this one. And we got DSL modem. Yeah, DSL modems. I never liked them anyway. So it's a long list. These are devices that will be completely trash. Mobile? Do they have mobiles? Mm. Oh, cable modem. Oh my god. Okay, so cable modem. Here we got the C3000 version one, C3700, C62. Oh my god. Okay. Want to see all this? I believe these are all kind of old. Want to see if I can find any newer one here. Uh, no, I mean these are version. These are old modems. Like they're probably support any ISP will support this only on 100 megabytes download speed, and they're not really like getting into that. They're not. I mean, sometimes they can't even activate this kind of modem. But this one, I believe, this one is still. I want to say this one. Which one is this one? I want to go to images. Oh, so this one, this kind of modem. If you have this modem as well, it's time to upgrade. And if you're really asking for what I recommend, I either go with Ares or Asus. But these are the Netgear. This one, yeah, this one been out a long time, probably like 5 years, about 5, 6 years, 7 years, something like that. I wanna say this. And is this one the same? Yeah, they're the same. Yep. So this one's gonna be no more. It's gonna be junk pretty soon. So and this one, the C3000. I wanna see this one. Images. C3000 B1. Oh, wait, what the hell? Oh, I'm gonna go copy. No. It's gonna send me back to Netgear. So, so yeah. Apparently, they both of them are the same. Uh, Download. Wait. So this they don't even have firmware. Okay, so they don't have firmware. They only have hotfix for VPN pass through Mac, and all those are like software. Firmware upgrade are pushed down by your ISP. For more information, please see our knowledge base. So yeah, that's what I hate them. Like because at one point I called them and they were trying to charge me $60, $70, something for support, for supporting me. Uh, I was trying to get a firmware update through them, but then someone told me that they don't push the firmware update. They push it down to the ISP, and ISP push it out to us as a customer. And then I call I told a guy that was just like messing with me, and I call another one, and another one was about to charge me $60 or $70 a while ago, and I was like, I told him, like, why you're trying to scam me, because ISP is the one that pushes the firmware to the modem. And he was, oh no, the service I'm charging you is for other other support services. I was like, no, thank you, and I hung up. But okay, so that's being said, guys, if you have this router, please update to the latest firmware update, since this router have a very high vulnerability. So you don't want to have this connected on your network. So if you have any questions, concern, please just leave it on the comment below. Will I can't promise you I will reply right away, but if I see it, I'll reply, and I will leave a link below on the video description, so you guys can go and download your firmware update for your router. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day and happy New Year, by the way.